Wobble Hub.
Okay, I think, yeah, we're live. Welcome to the first in-person IRL whole flip dump. We're here at Wobble HQ in Brighton. Or do we want to tell people where we are?
Well, too
It's
late.
Too late now. Today,
Address is...
today we are going to go through three existing tokens that we've already reviewed. And we're going to choose one to, I guess we're going to choose one to hold, one to flip and one to dump. And then create a portfolio of those three tokens and also review how well they've performed, of course, in the past.
Yeah, we did several mini funds in the past. So it'll be good just to see how those have done and then, yeah, just decide which tokens to keep. So we'll review this mini fund where we this is the one we did last week or 2 weeks ago. That was Aave, Avalanche and Mockcoin. We've got the previous fund, let's go back and check it, which is ZK-Sync, IO.net and Propbase. And finally we've got the week before that, which was Mantra, Gnosis and Sui. So we could start from this one, just as it was, quite a while back.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, maybe we should remind ourselves what Mantra, Gnosis, and Sui was.
Yeah, we review so many of these tokens, I forget surprisingly quickly. So Mantra, I believe, is Deepin, is that right? No, completely wrong.
Mantra was a layer 2, I believe. That was the token we both decided to keep. Or hold, sorry. We had Gnosis. Gnosis is exploring the RWAs and trying to bring in RWAs, and Sui more focused on the gaming side of things. In this case, something that is really interesting to review is the performance against Bitcoin. So as you can see on the screen, we've got the blue line, that's our selection of tokens. Again, considering that Mantra is the largest holding, we've got there a performance that has been okay compared to Bitcoin, not doing great. But in any case, the token we decided to hold was Mantra. And we did this we've got the date up here, 11th of June. So if we go to Mantra since the 11th of June by itself, can we go and open Mantra? You can tell this is the first time we're doing this, everybody.
There's going to be a few technical challenges.
Yep. There we go, just learning to use the apps, like my mum would say. So yeah, just going back to, there we go. So it's slightly up from last time we reviewed it. So that's the price on the 10th of June. And today we are like about 30 cents up from what we selected. So there we go. So that was slight win. We can maybe go and see how the other funds have done. So far we've got Mantra that has been performing well. Then going back to our previous fund here on the 19th of June, we had Propbase, IO.net and ZK-Sync, and the token we decided to hold was Propbase because we are two RWA bitches and we decided to go for that easy choice. As you can see on the screen as well, the fund itself, the selection of tokens didn't perform that well against Bitcoin, considering that Bitcoin, as you can see on the orange line, it's been quite flat, but our blue line has been declining ever since. So you opening a Propbase, let's see what Propbase was all about.
Yeah, I remember Propbase because the conclusion we came to was, when are they going to actually allow us to invest in properties? And let's just have a quick look at the price. 3 months, there was a spike on it. Sorry, it's just loading. Yeah, it's been uniformly down over the last 3 months. And is there a reason for that? My guess is there has been no release in that time, so we've not had a chance to. Oh god, my computer is all over the place. Okay, we're back. My guess is that they've. What is happening? Oh, it's okay. Sorry.
Yes, down all the way to the knees.
I've used a computer before, I promise. DeFi trends to watch in 2024. Yeah, these are just generic
it's nothing
articles.
exciting.
Last time we checked, I believe there was a lot of promises of being able to invest in property on the blockchain and very little actual ability. Let's check their Twitter, see what's going on. My suspicion is this is going to be a long project, and there's going to be a huge amount of work to do before they actually are able to fulfill this promise, and their token is going to continue to plummet while that happens. So they might have bought themselves a bit of time, but are they really going to be able to deliver on this promise?
Yeah, we'll see. I do remember the process was slightly well thought through when it comes to selecting those properties, but again, it's also a token that's on Aptos, so consider that as well when it comes to having access to this token. If you're going to be trading on centralized exchanges, then at your own peril, really. You can see here the price chart. There's the all-time price chart, so as you can see, major spike all the way to 22 cents, but it's been falling ever since. So again, if you're going to be trading on centralized exchanges, then it's something to consider if that's where you want to do it. If you want to trade on decentralized exchanges, you would need Aptos wallets, and that's just another thing to get through before you're able to have your holdings on your own wallets. So there we go. So that was props.
Just before we move on from prop base, I was going to mention this tweet. So it looks like they have actually been doing some kind of sale or some kind of token sale in the last few days. This is what date are we talking about here? This is 7th of July. This is yesterday. The inaugural listing on prop-based Nexus of the Wyndham Gardens in Bangkok, Thailand has sold out in less than 2 days. Total value 215,000 USD. Platinum round 70% of sales. So this is the different rounds. And then the entire property was sold before FDR. So membership to prop-based Nexus was important. For those that participated, you will now earn an average of 7% per annum from rental yield from the property, free of mortgage, maintenance, tenancy issues. This is surprising because I would expect the token price to reflect this, like this seems to be like them delivering on their promise and selling out in under 2 days. And we have not seen any kind of reaction from the markets. And this has got 208, not a huge amount of engagement actually. So
for 100 and something thousand followers, it seems they inflated their following, with quests or bots or whatever it is. But yeah, it doesn't seem like a very engaged audience on Twitter. However, they seem to be selling out. So one thing that I'd like to check if it's possible on each of those smart contracts is how many people participated in the sale.
Yeah.
Because you can sell out, but if you've got some really deep pockets and maybe you have 3 or 4 people that are paying for most of that fundraise, which was just what was it, like $200,000?
Yeah.
So $200,000 is not a lot of money for certain people in the Web3 space. So.
Yeah, that's my theory, is that it's just like 2 or 3 really high value investors, and probably more than 3, but a few really high tickets, and that's caused it to sell out. I guess with property, you don't need necessarily to have 1,000 people investing. It could just be your mates and their mates.
I mean, if you've got mates that want to spend 200K, just give them my number, But yeah, something worth checking before anything else. I'm wondering as well if the token is not directly aligned with each of the properties. And so when you're buying into a property, you're investing in a property, you've got a sub token within it. There's another project called Realty that does something quite similar, and each of the properties have an individual smart contract and an individual sub-token that you're buying. So you're not buying tokens from the project, if that makes sense. You're buying a non-tradable token that you can then exchange for their actual token. I said token many times, but that's essentially it. So that could be it. That's why the price is not reflecting on the charts. Then we saw this last week. We spoke about Avalanche, we spoke about Aave and Mopcoin. We're a lot more familiar with these three projects. Avalanche, layer 1.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
right.
With a lot of focus in the gaming industry. Aave, a lending protocol built on Ethereum, very, very popular, probably the largest lending protocol. I think that we saw that. And then Mopcoin, which was a meme coin. So token of choice. We actually disagreed on this one because you wanted to hold Aave because it was more of a safe bet. It was a lot more balanced, and you didn't really feel very aggressive with your investment strategy. And I thought Avalanche, but in any case, this is the only set of tokens that has outperformed Bitcoin's price.
Interesting.
So 1 out of 3 is not bad. There we go. And that was based on holding mainly Avalanche. That was what I selected last week.
So I guess let's have a look at Avalanche, see what's happened in the last week. Probably not a huge amount, to be honest, but it's good to check. 7 days, when it loads. Yeah, pretty flat, I'd say. Probably mirroring the market as a whole. Not a huge amount of movements. But yeah, Avalanche, layer 1 blockchain, gaming. It's pretty, and it didn't have some big name investors. I've got a feeling, I remember there being some big tickets on that website.